guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing this monochromatic yellow eye look using the Honey palette from ColourPop. I'm so excited for this one. This palette I feel like is one of their best monochromatic palettes that they have come out with. It is annoying, I will make this a claim right now, it is annoying that you're not supposed to use this glitter on your eyes. I did anyway, and I kind of showed you guys a really safe way to do it. A really careful way to do it, but still, like, if you're gonna create this eye look, do it with your own risk in mind. The shade Palooza is a pressed glitter, beautiful, beautiful shade. I literally just barely dipped my finger in it right now to show you guys, but it has some really large chunks of glitter that apparently aren't eye safe, and honestly I would have not been the person to even figure that out. Can't take credit for that. That was all Raw Beauty Christy here on YouTube. She's the one who noticed that and said it on her video that I watched. So you guys have to keep that in mind, but I think I found a way to use it on the eyes that isn't quite so dangerous because of the technique, but still just be really, really careful. And if you're a beginner in makeup, maybe just use the other shades in the palette and use that one for your face or like something really creative. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, join the fam, and let's go ahead and get into this look. I literally feel so rusty. I haven't filmed or done my makeup in like what feels like forever, but I am loving this look. So today we're going to be going in with the Honey palette from ColourPop. I literally bought this as soon as it launched and I was so excited to use it. I just haven't gotten around to filming, which really sucks, but I think this palette is so cute. I'm obsessed with the look that I created. I kind of wanted to do something similar to the look that I posted a couple months ago, but I feel like this is way different actually, even though it's still yellow. And I honestly think that this is like the perfect yellow palette. In Raw Beauty Christy's video, if you guys watch her channel, she did say at some point that, okay, yeah, that Palooza is not intended for use in the immediate eye area. And I did, but I had to use a glitter glue. And you guys don't have to do that. Pick another shade. I just feel like if you're careful, it doesn't get in your eye. You just have to be really, really careful with it if you want to use it. And I kind of kept my eye almost closed when I was doing this. I had to use that shade. Anyway, so this is what the palette looks like. It's really, really beautiful. There is a pressed glitter in the middle. This is Palooza. It has some really beautiful shimmers. It has these two deeper shades, so you can do a little bit more, but I didn't really use those. So I just figured we can go ahead and get started. I did use this lightest shade right here. This is the shade Stinger, and you can see that it's not quite as yellow as this one right here. This one looks like the shade B from the James Charles palette, but basically, oh, I forgot to prime my eye. So for the other eye, I used the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas to prime. And you guys have seen me do this 1,000 times, so I'm going to quickly do it off camera just because I want to try and keep this video a little bit short. But this is a super light eye base, and I like to just cut my crease with it and apply it all over the eye. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like after I've done that. Just to show you guys, this is the brush that I use to do that. This is the Ulta Beauty Flat Concealer Brush. It's just a super flat, very, very precise brush. I love it for cut creases and for cutting the brow bone. So first we're going to go in with the shade Stinger. It's very, very pale, and I thought it would be perfect to just kind of like pack on near the top of the brow bone to make everything else a little bit easier to blend. And I'm literally just stamping it. I love this brush. I got it in an Amazon or eBay brush kit like forever ago, so I doubt I can find it again. I only really like synthetic brushes, and the other two in the collection were real hair brushes. So I take the shade Stinger literally all the way to the inner corner. This shade I just think is so pretty. I accidentally tapped into the shade Sweet Spot. So it ended up being a little bit more yellow, but that was like a complete accident. But this is kind of the true color of that shade, and when you see it's a little bit darker there, it's just that other shade. So anyway, basically I just created a really, really soft transition and something that kind of blends out so that I can go in with the shade Sweet Spot. So this one is most similar to the shade B from the James Charles palette. It's a really, really nice color, really like your typical banana yellow, so bright. And that is really going to be my transition shade. That's going to be the one shade that I just go in with over and over and over again. I'm also going to bring that shade down here a little bit to intensify this outer part right here, literally so far out, and then of course the inner corner as well. We're really just putting this shade everywhere. So then I'm going to take a smaller Wet n Wild brush. They have like their larger ones. I'll show you guys real quick. So this one is like their larger blending brush, and then you can see that this one is just a little bit smaller and more precise. So I'm going to go in with this one now, and I'm going to take the shade Oh Behave. It's super cute, but it's a little bit of a warmer yellow. And I think that this is like the perfect shade to like make the shade Sweet Spot really, really like intense and stand out. So these three shades I feel like are the perfect transition color for this palette. I'm so glad they included a really warm yellow, really rich. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That is my chihuahua. Like, she's like, there you go. She's like half barking at whatever noise is outside, but she just kind of goes like if she's, I don't know, giving them a very subtle warning from the second floor of our house. But anyway, I'm going to take this shade more precisely into the inner corner here. That's why I'm going in with a smaller brush. You could also use a brush like the Morphe M506. Yeah, Morphe M506. But I like this one because it's a little bit bigger and it's also synthetic. The other one is a real hair brush. And what I also don't like about that one is I feel like it's a little bit more flimsy. This one has a little bit more hold. Okay, so then I'm going to cut my crease. I wasn't going back and forth on whether I wanted to do this or not, but I'm just going to use my same old cut crease canvas. I'm going to put a little on the back of my hand so that I can kind of disperse the product a little bit easier. And I'm really just trying to mimic what I have done over here and give my eyeshadow something really, really tacky to stick to. I feel like with this look, a cut crease doesn't have to be nearly as precise because of how I did it. So I kind of stop it there. After I figured out where I'm stopping it, I'm gonna go back in with the shade Oh Behave, which is that warmer. What is that noise? I don't know, I'm hearing all the weird noises today, guys. Sorry about that. Then I'm gonna take the shade Dandy with my finger. This is a really true gold, beautiful yellow, like so rich and so pretty. And I'm going to apply that everywhere. I feel like this shade is everything. It's one of my favorite shades in this palette for sure. This is one of those shades that like I could have dusted the other ones and just gone in with my finger and applied all over the lid, but I figured we needed something a little more exciting. I'm taking this all the way to the top where I had initially cut that crease, and then I'm gonna have to go in with a brush to do the rest just because my finger is not nearly as precise. I just want to show you guys a little tip real quick. I had the glitter glue on this brush, so what I'm gonna do, this is a Mary Kay blush cleaner that I noticed was mostly alcohol based. So it's like half of it because I pretty much used most of it. But really all you need to do is take some alcohol, straight up alcohol, and pour it into a bottle. If you have the Mario Badescu sprays and you go through it, use that and then just label it alcohol. And it literally cleans anything off your brushes and then dries it immediately. That's pretty much what this Mary Kay cleaner was made up of, was like a high content of alcohol. You could smell it. That's just like a little hint for you guys. But anyway, I'm gonna go back in with the shade Dandy right here and just place it towards the top in the areas that I didn't quite get to cover. With this same brush, I'm gonna go in with the shade Sunburst. You can see this one has a bit of a like greenish flex to it. I don't know, it's really, really hard to notice. I think you can kind of see it there. Like it looks really white, but that white that you're seeing is almost like a green flex. It's really, really interesting. But the more like wet you get this shade, the more you can see it. And I kind of really noticed it once I put it on my eyes. You can kind of see it there. It just looks really white to you guys probably, but it really has this weird green iridescent like flex. It's really interesting. I'm also gonna take like literally barely dipping my brush into it. I'm just kind of like, boop. And I'm gonna put that on my brow bone just to add a little something something. I did it here too. So then what I did for this shade right here, which is Palooza, is first I took my NYX glitter glue. I just want you guys to know that I purchased 2 of these because I literally lost one, like completely lost it. So this glitter glue I just constantly lose apparently, like what the heck. But this one is a little bit more skin colored of a glitter glue. But basically I'm gonna take a really small angled brush. This came in a brush set that I think was from eBay, and it was like one of those that like was really, really large, but it's just a really tiny brush. You can get these just about anywhere. They're not hard brushes to come across. And what I'm gonna do is apply that glitter glue as if I was doing a cut crease with it. You can see it kind of lighten that area right there. And then I'm going to take the shade Palooza because it's really hard to pick up with a brush. And I'm just going to pick up the shade up Palooza with my finger. You can see it's really beautiful, but for some reason I cannot pick it up with my finger. It just will not do it. So you can see my eyes are pretty much closed. and then I'm just applying it. I'm literally scraping it from my finger. I know this is like really hard to show you guys, but that's how I'm picking it up on the brush. And then stamping it in the areas where I had that glitter glue. And I feel like that was kind of the safest way to do this. That way it's like super up above from my eye, so it's not super close to the bottom of my eye. And also applying it to my finger without applying it to a brush, I felt like kept the whole situation a little more controlled. And also laying down the glitter glue, I feel like really helped maintain the fallout situation. And then it's weird because that stuff literally just rubbed right off my finger. So then we're gonna work on the lower lash line. This is from the Amazon brush kit I talked about in a previous video. I can't remember which one, to be honest, but I'm actually gonna do an Amazon favorites. I'm actually going to do an Amazon favorites video. That's something I've literally been talking about doing for so long and I haven't done it yet, I know. But I'm going to go in with the shade Totally Buggin'. I think it's just like a perfect little transition shade. This is probably a transition shade that I would use just on its own with any random look. I really like it. This is the only shade that I'm going to use on the lower lash line. That's it. That's the only shade that I have in my lower lash line right there. And then all I did was pop on some mascara. It is the Big Colossal one. I thought this one would go nicely with this look just because it's yellow as well. And I really didn't do much of this, so I'm just going to apply a few coats and apply the lashes that I'm wearing. Again, these are lashes from AliExpress. I have a whole video on how I buy them. They're foam ink lashes, and I'll link that video in the description if you guys want to see it. But I'm just going to finish up the eyes really quick and then we can do the finishing touches of the face. So guys, actually as I let my lash glue dry, I looked over at my eyeliner drawer and I saw this one from LA Girl. I actually haven't used it yet, but I knew that I needed to have it for looks like this. So I bought it a while ago, probably a month ago actually. And I'm literally just now unwrapping it. But these are some of the best eyeliners. If you guys see these at your local Ulta, they're such good eyeliners. They're so creamy. So I am going to put this guy in my waterline. And I think it's just going to really make this look stand out so much more. And like for a yellow eyeliner, look how pigmented this is. I love that. I feel like it brings this eye look to the next level. So I'm just gonna do both eyes and I'll come back like I said. I have to say guys, I'm totally loving this look. I mean, like it's so weird and like fun. It sucks because I'm filming a bunch more videos today because I'm actually going out of town. I know I talked about that in my last video, but today's actually my last day in town, so I have to film because I've been packing like a crazy person. But wow, this is fun. All right, so I'm gonna go in with highlights now. I think I just want to do something like super intense, so I think I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild Zodiac highlight. This one only came in one shade and it is like a really white pinky kind of color. I'm using my e.l.f. sponge, by the way. This sponge actually retains quite a bit of moisture. So what I like to do is wet my cheeks and then apply my highlight. I find that it just looks so much better and like makes your highlight looks so much more intense. Obviously don't do this if you want a less intense highlight, but I think it looks really good. If your sponge is getting dry, just spray it with whatever setting spray you have on hand and that will revive the effects. Also, I like to do this step of like doing really intense highlight before having done my blush. That way when I apply blush, the blush can kind of mask any super intense highlight streak moments. I feel like that highlight is gonna last me like years. It's so much, honestly. And then I feel like for this look, this blush is appropriate. This is the Kathleen and ColourPop collab. This one is in the shade So Retrograde. It has a really like gold shift to it and I think that is so pretty in blushes. So this one is really intense, but I love that it's like an orangey blush with a really nice sheen. So I used this in my last video as well, but I just think it is so pretty. I think right now these are my favorite blushes. Definitely check them out if you're interested. It's annoying that you have to order online. I've said that a million times, but you know, it is what it is. I'm actually gonna go in with my NYX Bear With, oh my god, I just dropped that. My NYX Bear With Me spray. This spray bottle has such a fine mist. It is so nice. I love it for that. And then I'm just gonna take my sponge and kind of press over my face to set all those powders and stuff in place. So all that's left now is lips. I'm just gonna do my go-to nude gloss moment. You guys know, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that and come right back with you guys. All right guys, so this is the finished look. I paired it with, obviously I'm gonna take this off by the way, but I paired it with these yellow crochet earrings my mom made for me. I think they're so beautiful. She actually made them for me so I could take them to the cruise, and I'm so excited. But anyway, this is the completed look. I love the eyes. I just paired it with some lip gloss and some lip liner. This is the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the Fair shade. It's a really good nude for me. It's a little bit less dark than I would like, but it's still really good. And the Peach Bellini lip gloss from e.l.f. This is one of those lip plumping lip glosses. That's one of those lip plumping lip glosses, which is really great if you don't have chapped lips, but for some reason my lips are super chapped right now and it kind of hurts, not gonna lie. So just heads up on that one. I kind of knew, but I just thought it, like, the color would pair really, really nicely with what I had on, so I kind of was a rebel and did it anyway. But yeah guys, so this is the finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed seeing this palette in action. I think it is so gorgeous. I totally don't regret doing it. This is my first like monochromatic palette from ColourPop, and I think that it is one of their best palettes. I think that they were so on the money with this. Like, everybody wanted a yellow palette. Everybody was like so obsessed with yellow, and I think that, you know, they really like right on the money with it. It's so good. And now all my brushes are yellow, so I have to wash those. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video.